Everyone, and welcome to the most exciting day in Meet Your Maker. I'm going to start with a joke, because, everything should open with a joke. So, a Chimera walks into a bar. Metamorph says, "What'll it be?" The Chimera says, "I'll have a pint of Genmat." Metamorph says, "Coming right up," as he sticks his head into a blender. It's great, right? So why are we here? Hello, everyone. Welcome to the big update, the Dreadshore update. We are here. We're going to be discussing the free trial and discounts that are coming. We're going to be talking about all the cool gameplay from the Dreadshore. We're going to be talking about quality of life and gameplay updates and all kinds of crazy stuff like that.
Thank you for starting us off, Ash. New fear of smoothies unlocked, so thank you for that. Anyway, hi custodians. If you'll just give us a few minutes of your time, we're going to show you everything that is coming with the new Dreadshore DLC.
So, first and foremost, what have we got? Well, the first major DLC has dropped. It's packed with a ton of new content and gameplay updates. You can claim the Dreadshore within the next 2 weeks to get all of the new gameplay content for free, and you're going to be able to keep it as well.
That's it. You just get to keep it for free forever.
There's a free trial of Meet Your Maker on PlayStation and Steam from today until July the 3rd. So invite your friends, bring them in. Let's all have some fun for a while. It's going to be great. Xbox, don't worry about it. It's going to be coming later. We'll have more news about that coming up.
So if you've been waiting for a sign to give Meet Your Maker a go, or you have friends who want to finally get into the game to play with you, this is that sign.
Don't worry. Any progress that you gain during this free trial is all kept. So feel free to play. Feel free to unlock stuff. It's all going to be great.
Of course, you'll keep all of your progress and your Dreadshore DLC if you decide to carry on into the Wasteland afterwards.
Now, on with the big release of Dreadshore. What does Dreadshore include? Well, welcome to Sector 1 Dreadshore. This takes players to a brand new environment, unlike anything you've seen before in Meet Your Maker. You're going to put on your twisted creativity to the test with a whole themed deco pack, an arsenal pack, and a cosmetic pack that will help take your outposts to deadly new heights. For more information on what Sector 1 Dreadshore has to offer, you can feel free to visit our product page. So, without further ado, let's discuss the Arsenal Pack. So the Arsenal Pack is the gameplay pack, and in this you're going to get a new Custodian, a new Trap, a new Weapon, and a new Guard. So there's stuff for the Builder and the Raider. It's set on the murky remains of the New England coastline, the Dreadshore. It's a mysterious lighthouse shining in the distance and home to a sinister sanctuary that conducted unspeakable experiments on prisoners in the name of genetic progress. So first up is the new Custodian, Nautilus. This is a Custodian suit with disturbing origins tied to the lighthouse sanctuary. With its hulking frame, the Nautilus enhances the effects of defensive weaponry. Now, Nautilus was the Custodian of the lighthouse sanctuary in Dreadshore. He was held more as a prisoner than a custodian, and he helped develop the Nautilus suit and the biolinks as a means to escape the lighthouse's hideous torture chambers. With the first two suits covering perks linked to ranged and melee weapons, we wanted to round that out with a suit that could enhance the effects of your defensive weaponry, namely the arc barrier. Comes with 3 cool perks: Counter Changer, which is going to enhance the defensive weapon's effect after performing a perfect block, Block Lock, which is going to increase the time to perform the perfect block, and Surge Override, which decreases the recharge time of defensive weapons. So this is going to fill out the current weapon loadout. Keep an eye out for more general perks in upcoming suits. Once mastered, these perks can of course be swapped out with any other suit that you've unlocked. Next up is the Sentry Beam, the new trap. This is developed to contain the lighthouse's security's prisoners. It uses motion tracking to lock onto a target and emits a beam of superheated deadly light. Should the beam miss, it ricochets multiple times, causing even more damage and chaos. The Sentry Beam essentially is an area denial trap with a sting in its tail. Capable of tracking players and emitting a lethal beam that can reflect off surfaces, ingenious builders can use them to create deadly webs for raiders to navigate. Watch out though, builders. That beam can also destroy other traps and guards. It's exceptionally useful in larger rooms. The sentry beam independent tracking and long visibility really helps to close down those spaces and pin raiders down. The sentry beam brings a whole new layer of chaos to raiding, as the beams are reliant on where raiders are at a given time, often making them essential for raiders to take out before they advance. Of course, the trap will come with 4 mods to unlock that will continue the surprises and fun for raiders. The sentry beam is designed to increase the challenge for speedrunners, as they'll be forced to contend with this new complication to their navigation. Now, the new guard, the Ravager. This disturbing byproduct of the Lighthouse Sanctuary's genetic experiments, the Ravager simultaneously fires several shots, causing a scattershot attack that's more difficult to evade than a single bolt. Oh, bless the Ravager and his nasty shotgun-like horizontal spread weapon. This is another ranged guard. The Ravager is built to get as close to the player as possible before unleashing their volley of projectiles from their weapon. This makes them vulnerable on approach, but devastating up close. Raiders will be forced to employ different avoidance techniques to stay out of the way of that horizontal blast. The Ravager offers a great complement to the other ranged guards and is especially useful in areas where they can activate close to the player unseen. As always, you'll get the full complement of starting augments to make the Ravager a force to be reckoned with. Now, the new weapon, the Demolition Cannon. This powerful and portable weapon, the Demolition Cannon delivers an explosive payload in a reusable shell for a localized blast that causes tremendous damage. By no means least, this weapon will help raiders get through all those new builder tools we've just explained. Essentially, this is a meet-your-maker version of a grenade launcher. The Demolition Cannon brings a whole bunch of outpost wrecking ability. Working just like our other ranged weapons, it has 3 reusable grenades that can be used to lay down fire on an outpost. Obviously, you're going to have to go and fetch the empty shell before you reuse it. Again, watch out, because in the wrong outpost, grenades are just as likely to kill the careless raider as they are the enemy. Finally, those trap spam rooms are within the raider's grasp, and the ability to bounce grenades around corners means builders will have to find new and even more ingenious ways to fill their corridors with death. So the Arsenal Pack and all 4 gameplay items will be free for everyone until July the 10th.
All right, so new environment. When claiming a new burial site, you'll have the option to build upon the Dreadshore. These sites will be indicated with a Dreadshore icon, but you can also just tell. Alongside the environment, also for free, is the Tempest Cove Deco Pack. It's a set of blocks and decals matching the visual themes of the Dreadshore, so think shipwreck, pistons, rusty wooden decals and blocks to create an entirely new atmosphere for your outposts. The red sands will still be available, of course, but at the moment I'm really excited to see what you do with all of this new stuff. I am personally obsessed with all things nautical, so please tag Meet Your Maker wherever you post these so that I can see them. Thank you. To take the fantasy further, we've created a set of amazing cosmetics inspired by the setting. You can purchase these in the store. Here's a little sneak peek at them. With this collection, you'll get a weapon skin, raider skin, another deco pack. Basically, you get to look really, really cool.
Gameplay improvement. Alongside all the new content, we've made several key improvements and balance updates to the game. As always, community feedback was a key driver in these updates as we work towards creating our best possible Meet Your Maker experience. As you know, over time we've already added a whole lot of stuff to the game, from the Hellscape Deco Pack to new mods and augments, balance changes, and a ton of quality of life improvements. We've made the ranking more fun with less grind, we've removed negative points, we've made it easier to prestige, we've boosted the value of accolades, we've protected poor old Harvey from pistons, we've made improvements to matchmakings and many tutorial upgrades to date.
So I'm going to start with this one because I think it's a really, really big one. Initially, our system was designed to prioritize an ever-changing pool of outposts, but it became clear that it's really difficult to see a hugely successful outpost that you've put a ton of work into mastering move into social raid just as it's really reaching its full potential. So, as of now, Prestige 10 outposts can be refilled an infinite amount of times for a synthetic cost, which will keep them in rotation indefinitely, as long as you'd like them to. We hope that this will not only let you further reap the rewards of your top outposts, but also help with improving the quality of the outpost pool in general. In Sector 0, we also saw that on top of the occasional honest disconnect, it was possible to use a forced disconnect to deny a builder their rewards, and that is obviously not fair at all. It took a little bit of reworking on our end about how kills are awarded, but with this update, the game will now recognize kills against raiders who disconnect in any way. Builders will get an accurate picture of how their outpost is performing, and of course are going to be rewarded for their hard work.
And now, fixed raiding rewards. So fixed raiding rewards are an economy rebalance that should help clear up some of the confusion in the currencies and speed up the earning of both synthite and parts. It means that on the world map, every outpost you raid and complete will give you a guaranteed amount of synthite or parts when you escape as a reward. Of course, you're going to earn even more parts and synthite for all the stuff you destroy on the way, but at least now you'll be guaranteed a minimum for your completion. We hope that this will help players better plan their play sessions and game time. Updated onboarding and free Phoenix pods. While the Wasteland may be a place of brutality and fear, but we want to make sure that your introduction to the game is forgiving as possible. Based on player feedback, we've smoothed out the tutorial to help players better prepare for the challenge ahead. So a couple of changes to the tutorial have been keenly requested. First, we now have a tutorial about Forsaken Tombs, so players should understand the impact of these from a raiding and building perspective. Second, we've tutorialized the grapple hook with the aim of getting this essential survival tool into the hands of new players as quickly as possible. And now what we affectionately refer to as Project Phoenix Pod. So we're now unlocking the Phoenix Pod for every player and placing it into the default inventory with the grenade, giving new players access to it from the very first raid. For those who don't know, the Phoenix Pod is a manual checkpoint that really helps players manage their game time. Use of the pod can dramatically cut down the amount of repetition in the game, but crucially, without losing those kills for the builder. We're also giving 25 free pods so players can familiarize themselves with how they work. After that, they're going to have to be crafted using the in-game currency. We're also increasing the number of pods that you can use in any given raid to 2. This is a gameplay balance to make the game more approachable for new players and allow more experienced players the confidence boost to complete those more brutal outposts. There's been a rebalance of the ranking tiers. So Sector 0 rewards are now live, so go and grab them. A new season starts right now. Everyone's going to drop a rank, but start fighting for those rewards next season. The world of Meet Your Maker would be nothing without our creative, vibrant community, and we're always looking to improve that experience for you players. For more info on these or many of the other gameplay updates, check our full patch notes.
Before signing off, I just want to take a moment to recognize our brilliantly creative and fun community. We are so dedicated and inspired to keep bringing you new stuff and improving the experience for you however we can. So please, let's stay in touch, go out and enjoy Dreadshore, and let us know what you think. While you explore this new world, we're working on preparing our new long-term roadmap, fueled, of course, by all of your feedback over the last couple of months. We really want to keep you in the loop here, so we'll be publishing this in the coming weeks once we're all locked in.
Sector 1 Dreadshore is out now. We can't wait to see the new bases and raiding strategies that you all conjure up. Thank you for playing, and thank you for listening.
Okay, now, go, shoot, play Dreadshore. We'll see you in the Wasteland.